Don't let the art style of this game fool you into thinking it isn't worth a look. Mirthwood is a medieval fantasy world that blends a farming sim with a simple RPG. The tutorial of the game walks you through the very basics and starts to provide you direction forward. And when I say this game gives you just the basics, I mean it. You are left to figure out the rest on your own. The game is played on keyboard, but I do think it's possible to play on a controller if set up correctly. The game uses a toggle wheel to switch between tools and weapons and other quick access things like health potions. The game does pause when you're switching between items, which can be a huge relief when you're in the middle of being chased by something. You can also pause the game by going to the save menu. The game does allow you to save from anywhere at any time, which is a nice benefit. Your character has 3 bars: a health bar, a stamina bar, and a hunger bar. I found that the stamina bar drained fairly slowly and was easily replenished with regular sleep. I also found it really easy to maintain the hunger bar. There's plenty of food that you can gather as well as cook. The combat is a bit janky and you often take more damage than you deal, especially early on, but you are given health potions, which definitely helps. I absolutely loved the intro to the story. It was so well done, and you feel so invested in what's happening right off the bat. The voice actor that they picked for the narrator was spot on. I like the freedom to decide where to go, what I do next, and how much time I spend on each task. You're given the option early on in the game to make combat and survival easier, so if you're looking for more cozy experience, this can be toggled on right before starting. I also enjoyed that the dialogue with the townsfolk and other people you meet along the way is helpful, but make sure you write it down and don't just skip it like I did. Sometimes there's important information. There isn't a record of your conversations, only notes that you find along the way, so make sure you pay attention. I've been stuck on one quest forever because I can't recall what that person said. Whoops. Whether you choose to stay on the farm or adventure to different places beyond your farm appears to be up to you. However, I have been finding the longer I play, the more the game encourages you to go explore or get outside your comfort bubble. There isn't much direction provided in terms of what you should be doing. Rather, the game lets you just decide. This may be a negative to some people, and for others, it may not matter at all. Something that would be greatly appreciated are map markers because, like I said before, if you weren't paying attention to the conversations with the townsfolk, you will definitely get lost. I think this game would also make an awesome 2-player game so that you could balance out if one person enjoyed adventuring more than the other, you could get both sets of things done. Sometimes the people you need to speak to end a quest would constantly be caught up in conversation with other townsfolk, making it impossible to speak to them. There is one person I came back to more times than I can count, and they were always in conversation. It was the most frustrating experience. I also experienced some loading issues and crashing issues, but it does appear that the devs are quite involved in the game and in the development, so do make sure that you report anything you guys come across. I was under the impression that this game was in early access, but it actually looks like it's on full release, so that's something to keep in mind. Within the first 2 hours of the game, you can get through the prologue and the tutorial and also begin your adventure. If you follow the storyline, you'll be able to get your first set of tools and really begin settling in at your new property. Because I experienced some crashes and bugs while playing, I'm gonna recommend waiting for the game to go on sale of at least 25% or more before grabbing this one. but also because it still had the vibe of an early access game. I'm sure with time and with additional patches and development updates that this will reach its full potential. Overall, the game was really enjoyable and really easy to get lost in. Progress can be as quick or as slow as you choose, as long as you're paying attention, and the world is vast, allowing for a lot of exploration if that's the path you choose. Have you picked up this game? I'm curious to know what you thought. Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this review video, drop a like, and if you'd like to catch the next one, make sure you sub for the next video. See you next time.